Good Sunday morning and welcome back at 6:31. I'm Maddie Kurth. Let's get you over to meteorologist Hannah Gard. She was looking for some fog out there on the roadways. Hannah, how are we looking at this hour?
Yeah, we're still tracking a little bit of that patchy dense fog this morning. We have to watch for that the next couple of mornings as well. And then we also have some changes coming later in the week. We'll see a pattern shift and we'll have storm chances entering the forecast. But first we'll talk about that fog. If you're getting on the roadways, you need to be cautious out there, especially on the North Shore and then down in the bayou areas. We're seeing less than half a mile visibility in many locations. We have those banks of dense fog that can shift around too. So you just got to pay attention on the roads. If you come across that, slow down. We have a dense fog advisory in effect for those areas until 9 o'clock. Now we could see some super fog in there as well, especially down near the river parishes and the bayou parishes, because we have some marsh fires down there, and that can make for 0 mile visibility very quickly. So just take it slow. If you're on the roads this morning, it's going to clear out by later in the morning. We'll see those sunny skies again. Now tomorrow morning, we could see another round of that dense fog. We'll have to watch for the same thing, and I think we could see that again on Tuesday because we'll still have fairly cool lows. We're going to be in the 50s again tomorrow morning, and then we will be in the 60s Tuesday, but we'll still have calm winds. Once we get to late week, that's when we'll start to see the winds picking up a little bit more. By Wednesday, you're seeing a little bit of a breeze, and then Thursday, definitely seeing windier conditions. So that'll make it more difficult for fog to form out there. But those winds are increasing ahead of some storm systems that are going to start to make their way towards us. By Friday, I think, is the timing for the first one that we'll have to watch. There's a lot of question marks on if it will actually make it to us with a severe weather threat, but the potential is there. If you have Thanksgiving travel plans, you'll want to stay tuned through this week for the timing on multiple systems. We have the first one coming by Friday, and then we'll see another one after that because we kind of get this parade of lows coming from the west. Meanwhile, we're stuck under this high pressure, which is keeping us warm. But where you get this split in the atmosphere between the low and the high is where those storms like to form. And as that gets closer to us, that will put us more and more in the storm track. So you can see that the storm track might be a little bit to the northwest of us Thursday into Friday for that first storm system. But then we see the second low coming, and that is during the weekend. This is a little bit more positioning us in the split in the atmosphere. So I do think that we will see those storm chances increasing. Right now, the rain potential map goes out 7 days, so that's not really to the second system yet, but you can see that big bullseye for the storm track to the northwest of us. That's what we'll be watching for late week, is if we can actually see any storms from that first system. But we'll keep an eye on that through the week, and we will time it out as it gets closer. We get those high resolution models. We can have a better idea of what's happening. Just keep that in mind if you have Thanksgiving travel plans. The temperatures ahead of this are really going to heat up. 82 today, will be 82 tomorrow, and then by Tuesday we're getting closer to the mid 80s, and our records are around 85 pretty much each day through this week. This is vastly different from that Arctic blast that we had. Our highs were in the 50s. Ever since then, we have been climbing farther and farther above average. And it looks like those above average temperatures linger into the week of Thanksgiving. I don't really see a big cool down until maybe the end of the month. It might time out around Thanksgiving, but right now, most of the country is feeling pretty mild temperatures this morning. We're in the 50s and 60s. We're not even really seeing freezing temperatures except for way up in the north near Green Bay, just below freezing. But the really cold Arctic air is trapped over Alaska and in the Arctic Circle. So we're seeing negative 30s up there. It is loading though, so that's what we're going to watch. Will this air eventually shift down to the south? I think the potential for that will be at the end of the month or in early December. We'll see how that times out. Maybe it'll time out around Thanksgiving. There's not a lot of certainty yet on that. The fog out there this morning, not really over the metro. We're seeing some haze as the sun is coming up, but just keep an eye on that. If you're headed out and about this morning, it'll clear out over the next couple of hours. Our highs getting into the low 80s, so we'll be in the 70s most of the afternoon. It'll be pretty similar to yesterday where we don't have a lot of humidity yet, so it makes for a pretty nice day. But if you're going to be sitting out in the sun, it definitely starts to feel warm. We will be feeling that warmth all the way through the middle parts of the week, getting to 84 Tuesday and Wednesday. again, I think that fog potential will be there pretty much every morning until maybe Wednesday, Thursday. It'll become patchier because we'll get those winds, and that makes it where we can't see fog form in the morning. It's also not going to be as cool in the mornings later in the week. And then again, we'll track those storms, that first system, Thursday to Friday we'll be watching.
Those cool mornings are the only thing really saving me, and I feel like every day I'm waking up and it just feels muggier.
I know, it was still a little bit cool this morning, but you could tell that there was fog around.
Right.
You could feel the moisture in the air, so it's going to start feeling less and less fall-like in the morning and definitely less like November by later this week.
All righty, thanks for the update there, Hannah. Well,